Did you know that Canada is sitting on an energy goldmine, and the way it's being traded could shake the global balance of power?
If you think the US will always have exclusive access to Canada's vast oil, gas, and minerals, think again. Canada is making moves that could reshape the world's energy map, and Washington might not like it. Before we dive into this game-changing shift, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the latest global developments. Now let's get into it.
Canada, a powerhouse of energy resources, has long been the backbone of North America's energy security. With its massive oil reserves, natural gas and critical minerals, it has acted as a safety net for the US economy. But things are changing, fast. Recently, when US President Donald Trump imposed and later suspended tariffs on Canadian goods, it sent shockwaves through global trade. Canada, feeling the pressure, is now setting its sights on new markets in Europe and Asia. But what does this mean for the United States? Could losing its largest energy supplier disrupt America's economic and strategic dominance? With new trade agreements in place, Canada is now redirecting its low-cost, high-value energy resources, heavy oil, abundant natural gas and essential minerals, towards Europe and Asia. If these resources bypass the US in favor of foreign markets, it could mean higher energy costs, job losses and a weaker bargaining position for Washington. For decades, Canada has been the largest supplier of energy to the US, providing more than 50% of its imported oil and nearly all its imported natural gas. Additionally, Canada plays a crucial role in supplying electricity and uranium, making it an indispensable partner in America's energy security. But now, with Canada's increasing focus on the European Union and Asia, this long-standing partnership is at risk. What's driving Canada's shift? President Trump's threat to impose 25% tariffs on Canadian imports, including 10% on oil, has forced Canada to rethink its dependence on the US market. As a result, the country is accelerating efforts to diversify exports by 50% by 2025. Enter the Canada-European Union Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA, which provides Canadian businesses with unprecedented access to European markets. Eliminating tariffs on nearly all goods, this deal opens up a $3.3 trillion market, allowing Canadian energy firms to compete on a global scale. However, finalizing the deal hasn't been smooth sailing. Several European nations, including Italy, Ireland and Poland, have delayed ratification due to concerns over corporate power, national sovereignty and food safety standards. Brexit has also complicated matters, as Canada now needs a separate trade agreement with the UK. If Canada fully pivots towards Europe and Asia, the United States could face serious consequences: higher energy costs due to reduced supply, weakened energy security forcing greater reliance on other countries, and diminished influence in global energy trade as Canada strengthens ties with new partners. What's next for Canada? With US tariffs threatening its economy, Canada must respond decisively. By emphasizing key commodities, attracting foreign investment and driving innovation, Canada can strengthen its position as a global energy leader, with or without the United States. Canada's vast natural resources and energy sector hold the potential to position the nation as an indispensable ally to the United States, making it a key pillar in America's economic and energy strategies. By focusing on specific commodities, Canada could experience a renaissance in manufacturing and ancillary services, while also advancing sustainable policies such as methane capture and conservation. These measures not only align with global climate goals, but also contribute to emissions reductions along the entire value chain. In essence, a resource-driven economic strategy does not have to be a simple strip-and-ship approach. Rather, it can be an engine for long-term growth, innovation and environmental stewardship. One of the key imperatives for Canada's resource strategy is geographic diversification. Recent trade tensions, such as the 25% tariffs imposed by the United States on all steel and aluminum imports from Canada and other countries, highlight the urgency of securing new markets. Expanding resource exports would mitigate risks associated with reliance on a single trade partner while bolstering large-scale commodity projects. Increasing exports of agricultural materials, energy, and minerals to Asia and Europe could open doors to new trade relationships with some of the world's largest and fastest-growing economies. Canada plays a crucial role in supporting U.S. domestic and foreign energy strategies. Canadian oil, gas, and electricity exports enhance U.S. energy reserves, reduce consumer costs, and support America's goals of expanding international energy exports to its global allies. The deep north-south integration of the North American energy infrastructure ensures that any attempt by the US to diversify away from Canadian energy sources would be both costly and time-consuming. Despite being a net exporter of oil and natural gas, the United States aims to assist its allies in Europe and Asia in reducing their dependence on less friendly energy suppliers. The challenge, however, is meeting its own growing domestic energy demand. While American reserves are substantial, the rise of energy-intensive data centers driven by artificial intelligence and advanced technology applications is straining capacity. Stable Canadian energy production can provide much-needed support, integrating seamlessly into US supply chains through well-established pipelines and electrical grids. By ensuring a consistent flow of energy from Canada, the United States can maintain a stable domestic market while also fulfilling its commitments to international partners. This strategic alignment benefits both nations economically and geopolitically, reinforcing North American energy security in an increasingly volatile global landscape. The growing importance of Canadian oil in US markets cannot be understated. Canada's crude oil exports have grown significantly, now accounting for 24% of total US oil consumption. Cross-border pipelines deliver heavy crude oil directly to refineries in the Midwest and Gulf Coast, which are specifically designed to process this type of oil. For these refineries, shifting away from Canadian heavy crude would require expensive reconfigurations or force them to rely on alternative suppliers from regions such as Venezuela or the Middle East, both of which pose geopolitical and supply stability risks. The recent expansion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline has further strengthened Canada's ability to supply global markets. By nearly tripling capacity to ship oil to Tidewater, Canada can now play a greater role in supporting allies such as South Korea and Japan, ensuring they have access to stable and diversified energy sources. Canadian natural gas also plays an essential role in supporting US energy security. The United States Energy Information Administration projects that domestic demand for natural gas will outpace supply growth over the next 2 years. Additionally, increased energy needs from data centers and advanced manufacturing could further strain the availability of natural gas for power generation. Currently, Canadian natural gas accounts for approximately 9% of total US consumption, and there is significant potential for expansion. Canada is also emerging as a major player in the global liquefied natural gas market. With 6 proposed LNG projects on the West Coast, including LNG Canada Phase 1, Canada is poised to become a leading supplier to strategic Asian allies. At full capacity, Canada's LNG export potential is estimated to reach 6.26 billion cubic feet per day, placing it among the top 5 global LNG exporters. This growth would not only enhance North American energy security, but also contribute to the broader global effort to transition away from unstable or environmentally unsound energy sources. Beyond oil and gas, Canada's vast hydroelectric resources position it as a vital contributor to US energy needs. Low-cost, clean Canadian electricity supports various high-tech industries, including artificial intelligence, advanced manufacturing, and high-performance computing. While the United States generates most of its own electricity, cross-border integration ensures stable and cost-effective power supply in many states. For example, Hydro-Quebec's Champlain-Hudson Power Express project is set to provide 20% of New York City's electricity needs, delivering an estimated $17 billion in energy cost savings over 3 decades. More than 30 cross-border transmission lines currently connect Canadian provinces with US states, underscoring the importance of binational grid security. The rapid expansion of artificial intelligence is expected to drive a dramatic increase in electricity consumption, from US data centers, which could account for 12% of total national consumption by 2028, up from just 4.4% in 2023. Canada's stable and renewable energy sources can help meet this demand without placing undue stress on American energy infrastructure. Canada's strategic positioning in the global energy market extends beyond economics. It carries significant geopolitical implications. By enhancing its role as a reliable energy partner to the United States, Canada can solidify its influence in international trade discussions while reducing reliance on adversarial suppliers. Furthermore, strengthening Canada's energy infrastructure and expanding export capacity can help stabilize global energy prices and contribute to broader energy security objectives. This is particularly relevant in an era where energy supply disruptions, geopolitical tensions, and climate policy shifts are reshaping the global energy landscape. As Canada continues to develop its energy resources, it must balance economic growth with sustainability and climate commitments. By prioritizing responsible resource development, investment in clean technology, and long-term trade diversification, Canada can position itself as a leader in global energy markets while reinforcing its strategic alliance with the United States. The question remains, how will Canada navigate these opportunities in the coming years? What steps should policymakers take to maximize economic benefits while addressing environmental concerns? These are critical discussions that will shape the future of Canadian and North American energy security. We look forward to your thoughts and insights on this evolving landscape. Thank you for watching, and we encourage you to engage with us in the conversation on the future of Canadian energy.